Hello YouTube. I have for you today 5 more awesome online games you can play that are and may be totally addicting, but are nonetheless fun and worth checking out. So let's get right into it with our first game. The first game on our list is a kind of an oldie but actually a goodie. It's called Cyclone Maniacs. It's actually the one I'm showing here is Cyclone Maniacs 2. And it's basically you're on a bicycle. Up is accelerate. You can push yourself forward to do flips. You can back to do tricks. And basically, the more tricks that you do, the faster you can go, and therefore the better chance you have to defeating your opponents and winning the race. It has a lot of different weird little features to it, and there's a lot of little quirks, and there's definitely a lot of artwork and interesting creativity that's gone into making the game. It's pretty easy to pick up, but it can be challenging at times. There's a lot of characters to choose from, as you can see there. There's an upgrade section, so you can purchase upgrades with your winnings from the races that you've won. There's many different little hidden Easter eggs and little gems. It's definitely worth checking out. I would hit it up and see if it's something that you're into. The next game on our list is a game called Busted Brakes. Now we're definitely into the sort of brainless category of games here, but nonetheless, it's fun. And it's definitely one that can be played on your mobile device just as easily as if it were on a computer. Basically, the point of the game is you've got no brakes and you're barreling down a road. And yes, you can run over pedestrians. That's fine. The only thing you can't do is run into vehicles that are larger than yourself. You can run over every vehicle you come across that's smaller than yourself. And it's basically just a really fun game. And I would say for the brainless end of the category, it's very well made and a good game to check out. And so for the next game on our list, now we're definitely getting into a little bit more of a complex area. Yeah, it's Fantastic Contraption number 2. It's an awesome game. I'm not a guy who only likes simplicity and brainlessness. I do enjoy a little bit of complexity, a little bit of intrigue, and this game definitely provides that. You basically have an object that's in the blue square area on the screen. You have to get that object into the pink square on the screen, but it can only do so after you hit start and have your contraption or device that you build carry or push or move the object over to the goal area. So one thing, for instance, that you can do is with the different tools that you have available to you, you can build a catapult and try and throw the object over into the goal area. There's many different methods of trying to do things like this. But as you can see there, that's all it takes to get the gold. You have to just get the object into the pink area, but that can be very difficult. There's so many stages. There's like 50 stages, and it can be very trying at times. Here you can see in this stage, we're going to try to get the little pink object over into the pink goal area. And you can only build within the blue area. That's one thing I forgot to mention. So you'll see me here try a few things. The first thing I thought of was, I'll link these two spinning wheels together and kind of capture the object and have it go, oh, well, that didn't work. So I had a little think about it, and I thought, oh, well, maybe if I support the weird teeter-totter thing here and then try and make this work. Oh, it fell off the back end. What do you do? Well, with a few short, simple adjustments and a few changes here or there, sometimes it makes all the difference in the world. And in this case, I believe we actually make the object into the goal area. So that's basically the gist of it, and there's a lot. Like I said, there's like 50 different levels, and it's definitely worth checking out. It's a great game. I never hear anybody talk about it. So yeah, it's Fantastic Contraption number 2. It's an awesome game. So on to the next one. Okay, the next game on our list is a little game called Swords and Souls. And you basically have a guy that you are going to be training up in your practice area, and you're training him so that he can last through different legs of the arena. So this is what your training pad looks like, and it has different various little mini games, and they're basically all mini games, and they're all fun and interesting to play. They kind of are slightly challenging. They'll challenge your reaction time and stuff like that, and you definitely, the more practice you get in, the further you can get along in the practices. There's an archery mini game. There's a ducking and a dodging mini game. And you can also go into the shop. You can head into a shop and buy different things to help you on your journey through the arena. And this is what the actual arena looks like. It's mostly automated, but you can put in your 2 cents here and there by choosing which talent or item that you want to use. And then finally, you can upgrade your guy. You build points as you play along and practice, and then you can choose where you want to put the points into, which skills, talents, or statistics you want to upgrade. So basically, it's a lot of upgrading and playing mini games and having fun. So I would definitely check it out. And now we come to the final game on our list, the number one game, the most complex game that will take you the longest amount of time to get used to and to get into a point where you're enjoying playing the game. And it's called Storm Wars, and it's basically a CCG. It's a collectible card game, but it's a little different than other ones you may have played in that it plays itself out without you being able to interact with your deck. So you build a deck, and then you can play against other people's decks or the AI decks, and basically you've built your deck, and then as soon as you start the match, the match just plays itself out. The cards all come out automatically. So there's a real emphasis in building your deck a certain way, and in order to get your cards to synergize and sort of work with each other to try to secure the win. As you can see here, this is actually, we're going to watch an entire game play out right here, and when you start the game, you sit back and just watch it go. And each of the cards has a certain amount of time that it takes once it comes out, the staging time before it actually flips over and activates. So that is a huge part of the strategy. But as you can see here, sometimes the game's it goes pretty quick. I have it on the highest speed setting here. So it's definitely a strategic game. It has a lot of I'd say the emphasis really is mostly on building your deck. You can go in and purchase different packs of cards and other things to help your deck get stronger and try to take on other players, because once you do enter the arena, you will be playing against other real players who also have decks that they've created, which has always been an aspect of CCGs that I've loved, is that the idea that you've created your deck and the other guy's created his deck, and it's like one deck's going to beat the other deck, but which one's going to win? Whoever was better at putting their thing together, is going to be the winner. And so I just like that idea. And this definitely plays out in this game. You can also, there's tournaments you can join into, especially when you're just first starting out. So you can join a draft tournament, and where you draft cards so that the playing field is totally even. It's all just skill versus skill. And that aspect of the game I definitely like. You can also join crews and then fight other crews and battle their cards, and you get rewards and packs of cards and special cards if you win. So it's definitely a very in-depth game, and I think it's worth checking out. It might not be for everybody, but if you have ever played like Magic: The Gathering or any games like that, then this may intrigue you. I'd say it's worth taking a look at. So anyway, that is the number one game on our list, and that concludes the list. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.